All right, let's see if this works. Give me a second. I gotta see if I can do this. Kind of cool. Am I streaming live? Yeah. There we go. Try this. Give me a second here. I gotta see if this works. Shaq, I don't know if you can speak or not. Let's see. Give me a second here, guys. I think this is working. I think we're in subscriber only mode. Let me check. Sweet. And then I'm gonna. So like, if you want to be a troll, you're gonna pay me to troll. Troll away. Then I'll just ban you and take your money. Hold on here. Yeah, I think we're in members only, Matt. What up, Matty? What up, Flama Blanca, brother? I think I did this right, but I'm not sure. Hold on here. Public. I think I got all of this right. We should have done this a long time ago. It's kind of funny because it's like it's kind of funny because yeah, members. Do we charge members or no? I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out. Hold on, let me just check and see. That's right. Let me just check and see if I can do this from the back end of I think I got this right. I could be wrong here. So I think from this point, I got to write this down because I got to figure out how to do this every day. So this is what we'll do. If you're a member on YouTube and Twitch, you can chat, I think. If you can't chat, that means you don't pay me. So now you have to pay me to talk. I apologize that it has to be like that. And I'll be honest, I didn't see any of the chat. I didn't see anything that was going on in the background. I honestly didn't. I saw the end of it, and I was like, people are yelling at other people, and I don't want, what I read was people yelling, saying, don't do that here, or whatever, trolls or whatever. And I was like, no, you're not going to interrupt people that are here fucking trying to learn. Fucking, you're not going to do that here. Or you can. You just pay for it. So if you're a troll, what you do is you have to pay me to chat, and then I'll ban you and keep your fucking money. And so we'll do it like that. You can keep paying to chat. So if you're a moderator out there, and you see anyone bullshitting, ban them, and I'll just keep their money. We'll make it easy. Well, and what I can do is I can also just ignore those chats. I keep them up on my, I got like 3 or 4 different places to see chats. I normally just read the Discord one, but I can see if it's getting out of hand over there. Dude, members only, baby. I love it. So much quieter, right? Just chill. Whoever that person is probably angry watching right now, and he's like pounding the keyboard. I gotta pay this motherfucker, which is even better. So much better already, right? It'll actually, I'll put some new graphics up, and I'll get some graphics going so that it'll even tell you if you want to chat, you got to be a member. I got to check the member pricing. Oh, so much better already. What's going on, everybody? It's even better. It's quiet. Yeah, you should be. I'll be honest. Look at this shit. This shit fucking costs me money and takes time. Like, you guys are all invested. I'm all invested. I'm here every fucking day. You're here every fucking day. You should be wanting to support what we do here. It's plain and fucking simple. Some fucking free. Can you imagine? Like, I gotta say this from this perspective. I gotta say two things. One, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Right? This guy just said. I saw one guy's comment. He said, "I counter everything he says." I fucking got this shit going up here this morning with a fucking line drawn in right here. He's like, I just counter trade him and I win every time. These guys are lying to you. So when these guys are talking, right, these trolls talk, they're fucking liars. They're liars. They're point blank liars. So you'll notice that they watch the show every day. I'm going to tell you why they're trolls. There's two different reasons of trolls. First reason, Winky taught me this. If you want to know who taught me this, Winky. When we first started streaming, Winky was like, look, you're going to get trolls for two different reasons. He's like, the first reason you're going to get trolls is because they're somewhere and they want to rage. So they go to YouTube. That's the first place they go. And they'll like type in, like, I don't know, stock trading show or something. And if there's any open chats, they'll go in there and just rage whoever it is, right? The second thing that they'll do is I might say something on the stream. Doesn't matter who the streamer is or the stream or whatever. But if you say anything that angers somebody because they've lost or it's directed, and what they think is that it's directed specifically at them, which it's not. But they think I'm talking to them, right? Because they think you're like a fucking, I don't know. It's kind of like watching like, you ever watch like a TV show and you're like, oh, God, they're talking about me? They're really not, are they? They don't know who the fuck you are in real life. But to them, you're real to them, So they get very emotional, and it's bizarre. So they take it like, hey, I'm speaking directly to you. Or maybe they think I read something that they said or posted. I've had people contact me and say, hey, man, fuck you. Like, I've had them contact me, email, fuck you, asshole, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, dude, I wasn't talking about you. They're like, no, you were. And I'm like, no, seriously, I wasn't. People get an attachment to you and think that you're calling them specifically out, and I'm not. I get like 1,000, not 1,000. I get like 300, maybe more messages a week in DMs, Discord, email, Twitter, you name it. And people are like, invariably, I get it. Like, I understand that you can, or you think like, I'm calling you specifically out. I'm not. And if anything, if it ever angers you or makes you sad or angry or whatever, I want you to know that it's not specifically towards you. It's not one person. And it's not like a specific person at all, ever. But if it's speaking to you, you can always time out yourself, take a walk away, come back, or inflect or do an inflection for yourself on that. Is he saying something or I'm emotional, or I'm angry, or I just lost a bunch of money, or whatever it is? I understand. I get it. But I want you to know that I'm not speaking to you. And I get those emails a lot. I always have. And Winky explained it to me. He's like, people think that you're speaking to them on a personal level. And you got to understand that there's, fucking thousands of people watching this show. I think I'm the number 2. Did you know, if you're the troll out there, do you know that I'm like the number 2 financial streamer, I think, still on Twitch? Number 2. That's like being number 2 in YouTube for Twitch. That's huge. I don't know if you know how big that is. So when you say like I suck or whatever, I don't buy viewers. When you watch streamers on YouTube and they got like 30,000 views for a prop firm, they buy those views. They literally buy them. I think I have just YouTube 2 million unique viewers every year, which is massive, right? I think I'm up to 2 million. It might even be higher now. Unique. Now I repeat, unique. Every year. You know, so that's pretty big, right? Unique. Face is probably known. So I get it that you think I'm speaking to you, but I'm not. Like I can only speak to so many people is my point. And like in real life, like via DM, via email, in public, things like that. There's only so many people that I actually know, or I speak to. The rest of it is just shit that I read everywhere. I get a feed on Twitter that I read through. You know, I go on Reddit. I go on where else do I go? I go to BluesSky. I go to all these different places, and I read other people's stuff. You know, so I take this composite of it all, and that's what I'm addressing. Is a composite, like the zeitgeist, not like Bob. If you're Bob and you're angry and you're a troll, I'm not just calling you out. That's not what this show's about. I literally don't spend my time. Like I don't have the time to do it. It's like I used to have that time before I was streamed. I had small group of friends, but I got so much going on that I don't have that time. And I realize that you feel like you know me. Some of you, not you, but like some of these trolls. Like we're not friends, maybe, and they say things that make you angry. And so you want to rage. That's a mental health issue. I'll tell you truthfully, that's a mental health issue, man. Whoever you are out there, whoever was doing that early, 5 accounts, or probably a guy that I banned, or whoever that guy was last week I banned, he probably opened like 5 different accounts. As someone was saying in the Discord, probably one guy with like 5 accounts just fucking saying a bunch of different shit. So anyways, I will let you know. You can come find me, though. If you're a troll out there, I will let you know. I live in Detroit. I think you said that. Someone said that you're talking about Detroit. I live in Detroit. If you ever want to come find me, right, I'll give you an easy way to find me. I'm going to Movement this weekend. I'll be sitting in a VIP tent in Movement on Saturday. I'll be there at the open. You can fly out here and come find me. And if you ever want to say that stuff, I didn't read what you wrote about or I guess you wrote some stuff about my wife and my kids and stuff like that. If you ever want to do that in person, anytime, I'm telling you where I'm going to be. I'll be there on Saturday at the open of Movement. You can show up. Matter of fact, there's only one VIP entrance. I'll be walking in when it opens. I think that's at 2 in the afternoon or something like that. Maybe even 9, whatever time it is. I'll be there heading into the VIP area. It costs a lot of money to get in there. But I'll be outside that fucking thing, and you can come find me. You can fly here, drive here. Matter of fact, before you come to kick my ass, I'll even hand cash to you if you show me a receipt for a flight, I'll pay you for it, and then I'll beat your fucking ass. I will literally fuck your face on the sidewalk, hand you the cash, I'll stuff the cash in your mouth like a bitch. But you're not going to do that, are you? You're going to come to fucking YouTube and Twitch and think I know you. But if you want to know me, you can. You can find me. You can get on a plane. I bet a bus is probably $50. Take it anywhere. You get a car. Get in your car, drive there, and come find me. And I'll stand outside for how about this? I'll stand outside at the open of Movement, outside the VIP entrance. Can't miss me. I'm 6'1", and I weigh like 230. 230, 6'1", big boy over here. I will fuck you up right outside of that gate if you like. If you want to talk with my wife and my kids there, bring it. But I don't think you will. I would guess that you wouldn't. And even if you did, I would be fucking afraid if I were you. I would be deathly afraid. Because some people here have met me in person. I ain't that fucking small. So I know I look like something on camera, but in real life, I'll put a fucking boot down your fucking throat. So if you're watching this and you're that troll right now, I'll be there. I'll be waiting for you. Show up. Bring anything you want. Bring a gun, a knife. I don't care. Bring anything you like. I was in the army, man. I got the scars, bro. So you show up. Seriously. I just told you where I'm going to be. So come find me. I work out hard. I got a little bit of fat on me, but I got some nice chest and back. Chest and back look good. I will. I'm telling you, I will. I've done it before. I know. They're not going to show up. They're not going to show up. But I'll be there. You want to come find me? I'll be there. I even told you where I'll be. Maybe I'll just pay. Maybe I should. Actually, that day I'll have four wristbands with me that day. I'll have an extra wristband. After I beat your ass, I'll drag you in there. And I'll put you on a couch and tell you to fucking shut up and sit down. Right? I mean, it's true, right? Like, talk mad shit all day long, and then you find out that they're never, like, it's just fake bullshit. Psycho ass motherfuckers. Crazy. Then show them a good time. All right. So let's go back. Let's go back here and take a peek. See if we can get any more ups here. As this guy watches in the background and rages. You know he's freaking out right now, whoever he was, right? Or they are, or whatever. It's one. It's more. Someone said it's more than likely one person. I agree. I've got a. Thankfully, Winky told me it's like years ago. The Diddy special. Thanks for joining the Discord, guys. I appreciate it. I see a bunch of you guys joining right now. Thank you very much. The crazy part too is, you know who I go to movement with? I go to movement with, like, well, my homeboys from Detroit. You don't want to meet these guys. These are the guys that I go to, like, underground boxing matches with and stuff. You don't want to see these guys. You don't want to meet these guys in real life. Not under those circumstances. But you can. You can meet me there. Well, let me find out. Let me find out when movement opens. When the gates open. $2 p.m. 2 p.m. on Saturday. Hold on one sec. Give me 1 second, guys. Think tighter. Oh, nope, that's wrong. Sorry about that. I don't want to show the actual. Can I show the band? Hey, you see that right there? See that right there? Can you see that? There you go. That's a movement VIP band. See it? I don't know if it's going to focus in on it or not. That's my movement VIP band. I'll be there. That's a 3-day band right there. How much they selling these fucking things for? I think these are almost $1,000. I could be wrong, but. And I got like 3 more at will call. So I'll bring you inside when I'm done with you. Oh, God. They don't even know that they get me more followers. Like, that was the other thing Winky told me. It's like, just see, well, I don't know if I should say this or not. So, like, so I do have some streamer friends or past streamer friends out there in the real world. And They tell me these things, and like it's like one thing that the trolls don't realize is that they get you more followers because people leave and go, "Oh my god, you should have seen what happened," and they're like, they tell their own friends, they're like, "This happened and that happened, and it was crazy." And they're like, "To who?" And they're like, "Some guy named Captain Jim James is on Twitch." It's like, boom, 10 more followers. They actually make you money. Trolls do, which is even fucking crazier. Like the more trolls you have, the better off you are. That's the other. There's like a whole bunch of stuff that I was taught that I had no idea was true. Now Winky one time told me, he was like, turn off the chats and just make it subscriber only. And I didn't want to do that. I kind of like the discussion, but we have too much crosstalk, don't we? We have too much like off topic or trolls or whatever, you know, that kind of stuff. So we'll just leave it a paid membership to talk now. That's step number 1. And then step number 2. Hey, what's going on? I'm reading the chat right now in Discord. It's out of control. Yeah, they don't show. If they do show up, you just beat their ass as soon as they walk up to you. You don't even give them a chance to talk. I'll have an entourage. In real life, I have an entourage. You probably don't know that, but I'll be there with an entourage. It won't just be me. I don't go anywhere alone. I got a bodyguard, man. You want to see me on World Star this weekend? Yeah, I used to like to fight. Yep, back in the day. I had a Olympic boxer teach me how to fight too. Yeah, freak off. I'll bring the lube too. Should I bring a small bottle of baby oil? Just like squeeze it all over him first. Just rip his shirt off and spray him down with baby oil on the street. People won't even think it's a fight. Think we're getting fucking freaky, won't they? So we're on the pivot point right now. Let's go over gamma really quick. We're going to make this red. Watch this really closely here. And what else are we going to look at here? Uppercuts. I was never really, how many uppercuts can I do? I don't really fight like that. Well, I do throw uppercuts, but I don't want to tell you what I normally do. But usually some jujitsu right away. I mean, almost immediately. My almost immediately jujitsu. But I don't talk shit either. You start fighting, that's it. You're on. The boxer that taught me, his name was Shane Heaps. He's an Olympic boxer. You can Google his ass. He's a friend of mine. You can ask him if he knows me. He'll say yes. He's teaching me how to box. He's a badass. He used to whip my ass. This guy was like 50 years old. He might be like 60 now. He had to be like 40 or 50 when he was training me. He would still whip my ass then. He's a badass. Drop your pants. Normally, you just try to choke a motherfucker out as quickly as you can, or take his knees or his ankles or his feet or something. You usually rush him as fast as you fucking can and get him to the ground. Yeah, I got scars to prove it too. I got scars on my hands, scars on my face. I've had my fucking face broken a few times too. A couple times. I think I've had my nose broken a couple times. I know I've broken my hand like 10. I've got a bunch of boxer fractures. Or I've had a bunch of boxer fractures on my hands. My left hand in particular. Yeah, I was in the Army. As a matter of fact, this weekend I was looking at I think they closed my unit down in Santa Monica. I went searching for my unit. I think they closed it. I was kind of bummed out about it. It was like 25th ID U.S. Army Command. I think they closed my unit down. I went looking for it in Santa Monica too on Google Maps, and it's gone. I was gonna try to contact my unit and find out where they all are now. Okay. No, I don't think we'll ever have it again. I agree with you, Spicy. So from like this point forward, this conversation will be dead forever unless they pay, which they're not going to pay. If someone's that angry or a troll, they're never going to pay to chat. So we'll just do this from this point forward. If you want to chat, you got to pay. I'll look at what the fees are and try to make it a little bit. If there's anything not reasonable, I'll try to make it reasonable. Okay. So let's look at where we are with price here. And we've got the 1 in 5. Let's go to a 1 minute basis here. Let's take a look. See what we got going on. We're going to chat about gamma and the market, where it's at now. Yeah, I like Jimmy Berry. I took him off block like months ago. He might have a different handle right now. That's possible too. I gave everybody like a second, third chance. I usually attempt to time people out, and I ask moderators that too. Try to give everyone a second, third chance. Like one timeout, then a second one, and then like a short-term ban. I get it. Like if you're a human, I'm a human. I realize that people are gonna get angry or emotional, or whatever. Hold on here. I get it. Let's take a look right here and see where we are on a 1 minute basis. Here is, there's like a small gap above here that still hasn't been closed. There's a tiny gap up here. 594.08, 594.05. There's a small gap right here we could possibly try to take out. Just note that there's a gap right here. This could be what the FOMOers want. Right there. So we are above the 1 minute trigger right now. And it is early. It's 11:36. And this is the prior high right here, if you can see it. 594.50. We're gonna chat about what the state of the options market is today. Hey, thanks, Johnny Tone. Yeah, it costs money and time, man. It's like, you know what it is. It costs money and time, duders. Like I just started paying for a second line too, like a second fiber line. It costs time. You guys know this. I know this. You know this. And you guys know what they fucking charge you out there. They charge ridiculous amounts of money. Most of these fucking services and shit, they charge stupid money, like $600, $700, $800, $1,000 I just got told this week that a guy that I know out there charges $300 a month or week for one stock pick a week or something. $300. I think it's $300 a month. He gives them one stock pick a week. I was like, you got to be shitting me. They're like, yeah, one stock pick a week, $300 a month. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. I'm like, really? When we talk about one stock pick a day, like you guys ever want stock picks? I'm not gonna say who he is, but if you know who I'm talking about out there, if you pay that guy, he can give you a stock pick every day, free, on this show. I got him sitting here, like literally, like every day I can pick one out for you. Unless we're in risk off, then there's no stock picks. I can give you a trade and not charge you anything for it. I'm like, this fucking guy charges $300 goddamn dollars a goddamn month for fucking one pick a week. I need to start selling out. That's what I need to do. Okay. So intraday right now, there is a gap above that hasn't been closed. I missed that gap. Didn't see it. So it's right there. Could be trying to attack that gap. Just note that there's like an inflection point here and an inflection point here. Just want to see that new high. If we can see that new high. Oh, wait a minute. Is that a 1? Make that a solid line. If we can catch that gap right there. About there. I don't even know if we have to do that, do we? See if we can catch that gap up. Right there. We'll make this guy that lost all his money some money right now. The 1 minute trigger's right here. See that? Look for the new high in the back test, and then we'll be looking for 594 target 05. Okay, so while we get back into what we're supposed to be doing here, we're gonna make some changes around here. So first things first, if you want to chat in the show, you have to pay on YouTube or on Twitch. We're just gonna do the chats every day. Members, I'll try to look at the price of all that stuff so it's not expensive. If you want to be a troll, you're going to pay me. You're going to pay me to tell me why you hate me. Otherwise, the other way to chat here would be to do it inside our Discord. And I think oh, yeah, baby. Squeeze them all out. Squeeze every last asshole out here. Now we're going to look at Gamma. I gave you a brief over the weekend, or this morning, telling you that we will get new Gamma data today. So we're going to chat about what that Gamma data is telling us this morning. And what the general thesis is out there. We do know also that Besant came out and said the Moody's downgrade didn't matter. We also got like Mike Wilson, of all people, coming out this morning on Bloomberg and saying the Moody's thing doesn't matter. So as of this moment, we are squeezing this morning. People are saying that Moody's does not matter. So we'll see if we can go back and trade everything we gave back on Friday. Now, if that's the case, we had an opportunity this morning, window of weakness, right? Which is bullshit. Window of opportunity is what it more is. We're going to get a couple more of those this week, and we're going to check out what the Gamma picture looks like right now. So let's take a quick peek together here. Oh, wait a minute. Let me bring this over here. Remember, too, that we're coming into the bat wings, so return to the scene of the crime. We normally catch a back test off of that, pretty major one. We're looking for both of those above here. We've got the gap above. We've got the prior high right here. Just note that we normally pull back on those. Now, in terms of Gamma, let me put this up here. Hold on here. Put this stuff up here. Bet that guy is angry right now. He's got to be mad. Got people signing up all over the place. Got people going in the Discord right now. People signing up on fucking Twitch and YouTube. Probably at home raging right now. He's like in his underwear and shit. He's got a t-shirt on. He hasn't changed it in like 5 fucking days. Like wearing like tighty whities. He's like shit himself a few times. It's just like roar at home all day long. All right, so let's look at the Gamma picture this morning. So net Gamma right now. This is SPX net Gamma. Let's check where we are. We're on 5948. On SPX down below here, I want you to pay close attention to this gap that's being left behind right now. We can go down there and look at that. You can see that we're grinding this gap back here. We're trading 5948 right now. And we are looking at a big-ass Gamma bar that has not been closed higher. And I want to show you that Gamma bar. We didn't close it on Friday. It's 6,000 up here. So right there, I want to show you that. We'll bring that a little bit lower. And we're going to make this, I'm going to make this red, I think. And we're going to call that the call wall. So here's a call wall, right? Now, I think that's the call wall. Let me look. Yeah, that's the call wall. So there's the call wall. It's still there. Nobody has closed their calls for that 6,000 target. We also know that when we go up there towards that call wall, if we can get up there and trade this at any point, that people will roll their calls higher, theoretically, and we'll get a pullback off of it. It's a magnet, but it's not a magnet until those calls die either. Now, there are a couple other strikes below this one, 5975. We're going to draw that one in right now. That one's right there, I think. We're going to make that one yellow. This should theoretically be top of the market here, 5975. Well, not top, but, you know, this is the, theoretically, this is the, if this is the, or excuse me, call wall's right here, and this is the highest gamma bar that we have. It's normally one gamma bar below. There's another one, though, below it, 5950. And that happens to be right here, right where we are. Like literally right now at this moment. I want you to be aware of that as well. We should get a pullback right here. We just tagged it just a moment ago. So I just want to show you this here. Here's SPX. We just tagged just a minute ago, and we have the idea that we're going to go higher, but we just slammed into this. And there is gamma there. Small bar. Call wall up here. See if we can take a look at this together. Giant gamma bar here. So if you want to snip this, you can. Local resistance would be this. It doesn't mean we can't go higher. And we're gonna look at closer dated gamma and see how you can interpret all of this. But the first thing we're gonna look at here is this information here. And this is 5905. And so this would be positive gamma. 5905. This is 5950. This is 5975. And this is the 6,000 bar. Mind you, this stuff all comes from Gamma Labs. Check those guys out. I have nothing to do with those guys. I have no deal or nothing with them. They don't pay me. There's no like coupon code. But he keeps this stuff pretty simple. And I prefer simple gamma. I don't like, personally, I've run into nothing but problems with people that try to interpret gamma. It's only one tool of many. I just like to be aware of it and where the support and resistance is and where the magnets are and the repellents are and all that kind of stuff. So this guy keeps it fairly simple. He also gives some briefs and stuff. Very smart trader. I think he's professional too. I've talked to him a couple times. I wanted to put something together with the guy, but then I got busy. And I don't do sponsorships. I don't fucking try to make money off you guys. Just try to get the shit supported. That's it. I need to, though. I need some fucking sponsors in my life. And I had a guy that recently that asked me if, to sponsor. Like a big company asked me. I've had a couple big companies ask me. I might have to say yes to that at some point. So, anyways, this is net gamma on the market. Now, the idea being here is theoretically you want to like go up to like right here, this one, and reverse. Or if this gamma is dying and doesn't mean anything, if we smash into this one, then you'd see like rolling of calls higher. There's already calls being rolled higher here, but you want these calls even higher than this bar. And we can also reject when that happens. So if we do smash into this one, oftentimes we'll roll positions, and then dealers, once you stop buying those calls or rolling those calls higher, they will try to burn those fucking calls down on your ass and make them worthless again. put simply. Now we're going to look at net gamma 1 date here because this should be important. And this is a bunch of shit that's rolling off here within 1 day. And I want you to notice that this is 59.50. This is the largest bar. And this is exactly where we're trading right now. So currently, this is a magnet for us. We also have gamma at 59.75, and we've got some 6,000s up here. So they're implying that we could trade this 59.50, 59.75, and also this 6,000. One point I would like to make to you, though, is Vixpiration. We're going to go over VIX here in just a minute, but now this is 2 date, or 2 date, or 1 date, excuse me, gamma on the market. So we do have some pins up here. On the downside, we have a pin at 58.60. That's a little bar right down here. We got another small band down here at 59.25, 59.30. So if you're looking for like just intraday stuff, this is where we are exactly. Oh, wait a minute. This is exactly where we are right now. Literally, we just went like this. Wham! Right on this bar right here. So this could be top. This invariably, right where we are right now, could be top. Or a magnet, we could hang out here, and then we could go higher, but not until these are worthless, these other bars here. So even if we're going to hang around here, this could be it for the day. Now, on... what else do we have to look at here? At the money volatility, we could look at that if we wanted to. We have some increased volatility over the next 4 days, and then vol drops in 4 sessions. So as we get closer to the end of the week, volatility begins to leave in a big way. And then it begins to ramp a little bit again. Some increased volatility over the coming 20 days, 25 days. Now, this curve can change. It's only really worth like... It's worth the toilet paper it's written on. Vol curves can change all the time. They do really well for like immediacy, like right where you are. CTA positioning right now. They're buyers still. CTA is buying it up. Trend following, right? We've got vol control. Let's check a look at that really quick. Hey, they're jumping back in here, so they're stopping big downside moves right now. That's good. Means the market is supportive where we are right now. COTs, asset managers, commitment of traders. We've got a turn up right now. This is positive to see. I don't know if you can see that on your screen, but this looks really good. We haven't had commitment of traders in a long time. I want to say since start of the year. This is very positive to see this right now. This turning up on COTs is very good to see. So all this looks good. I mean, this all looks productive for the stock market. Kind of matches up with all dips should be bought, which I think Mike Wilson said this morning. They've also been talking about how retailers are out of market right now. Retailers have been some of the best traders this year. I don't know if you know that. Retail has done outstanding this year. And we also know that institutions like to sell into retailers, don't they? And right now they can't sell into retailers. So they need you to come back in right now and buy as well. So all of these metrics look really good. For buyers on any dip. So we have something else coming up too, which is seasonality. We have a time in the market. We're coming into the summer trade. And I want you to know, too, that in that summer trade, you're going to get a lot of heatedness from bulls and bears telling you that we're going to crash or we're going to go to the moon. And instead, we're going to trade kind of sideways, and we'll have moments of liquidation where you can likely buy a beautiful spread for an upside move into middle of summer and make some money. You could also trade this with flies and condors and stuff, but I want you to realize that we're coming into a time in the market where we're in positive gamma. We're going to do a lot of grinding. If you see any downside moves of significance, you can try to buy those. Today was a good example. You got one more trigger coming up. That's Vixpiration. We could see some downside movement quickly and unexpectedly, either before or after Vixpiration. Sometimes it happens like a day or two before. Sometimes it happens a day or 2 or 3 afterwards. And you also want to be paying close attention to the VIX in particular. So we're going to look next at VIX here. And we're going to talk about this right here. And let's talk about the summer trade in VIX and times of year and stuff like that. So when we're trading VIX, right, if we're going to make our way higher, if the thesis is we're going to go up for summer into June and July, you're going to get VIX that looks kind of like this, right? We come down into some kind of support, right? And then it's going to go up, right? We're going to come down here, burn a little bit more VIX, then right back up again. So you're going to get chances, is my point. Don't feel like you're being left out. Don't feel like, oh, this is my only chance to get long in the market. You're going to get, you should get like lots of sideways trading and then a big upside move after a week or a month or so. And you want to be living down here. Like you get a little oopsie daisy one day, you get a chance to get long for that upside move. So have some patience. We're not going to trade VIX to 0. You know, they're not going to fucking reprice the VIX to fucking $0. You've got VIX that traded on Friday all the way down to 17, or VIX, excuse me, not VIX. I'm in the wrong fucking thing. It's a horrible way to look at VIX. VIX sucks. What I want to show you here is when VIX 9 days traded on Friday in a low of 1432. If we're in a bull market, VIX should hit lows of $9, 10, even 12. And we had a low here of 1427, 1432. If we're separating volatility with uncertainty with Trump and real damage in the stock market, the uncertainty had VIX riding much higher, right? Remember how high this shit was running? This shit was running hot as fuck, right? I mean, look at how hot we ran this VIX here. Like we were running VIX from, this is February, right? $12, $17, bottom here of 20. Look at that, bottom of 20, bottom of 24. Even had a bounce here at 26. And now we're kind of cooling the jets on volatility, trying to reprice the VIX. So if we're repricing the VIX, even though we're like, yeah, we got problems. Oof. Look at that. They bought that like it was nobody's business. Look at that. Jesus, look at that. Look at that big dip right there. They bought the fuck out of that. Didn't even care. Look at that big green fucking bar right there. Whew. Hello, ladies. Just buy. Look at that bad boy. And we just did the cross. We just went all the way down to the cross of the daily trigger and half-hour trigger and bought that whole fucker right back up again. Like nobody's fucking business here. That's an awesome bar. We gotta snip that. Hold on. Let me snip that fucking thing. No. Who's the fucking buyer here? Who's that guy? Someone's buying. But my point to you on VIX is this. So on VIX here, we're not trading VIX to 0. So if we're going to do a summer trade, it would look something like this over here. I want you to look at how VIX trades when we're in the summer trade. It's just like this. Up, down, 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 right? And then you're going to get a payoff in SPY, right? And big move up, right? Big bloodbath, right? And then up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, right? So I want you to think about that ability to get long and that sideways action. And I want you to think about it with this right here. So if you can get VIX to be, you know, kind of just like this, right? And we got this nice daily trigger coming down, right? So VIX rises into this, and then maybe it gets sent down to the depths of hell, and you get a huge payoff in summertime. So that's VIX 9-day. So look for moments where VIX is down here for a short. If we see VIX rolling, or excuse me, for a short or for a bearish trade, you're always going to be looking for like, bam, big hit down below, big hit down below, big hit down below. Anywhere around this $12 to $9 in this gap down below here, you're going to be looking for taking it, getting rid of your longs or whatever to the downside. Same thing to this upside here. Whenever we're coming up here into this weekly or coming up here into this daily, something like that, you want to be getting long, or excuse me, long up here as well. So we can trade this whole like this zone right here for the summer trade. Somewhere up in like here, this like not, I don't think we're going to get 9, but like anywhere at like $12.83, $12, and then this $20 or whatever. You should be able to get yourself some nice short or longs and shorts or long puts and long calls or whatever. Whatever, how are you going to do that? Yes, it was Cock and Bulls 69. Yes, it was. Yes, it was Cock and Bulls. We said that in the Discord this morning, didn't we? I think 45 in it forever and I were chatting this morning in the Discord, and I was like, yeah, they're going to buy the fuck out of that this morning. It was like, they're definitely going to buy the whole goddamn thing. We just don't know how high it would go. I thought it would go, I had it going lower, but I drew this like dotted line in because I'm like, these fuckers will take this all the way up. Okay. Put that back up for you guys. So VIX 9 days kind of telling you the story for right now as well. It's like VIX 9 days telling you the story. We're getting a repricing of the VIX. We've got VIXpiration coming up on Wednesday. We also probably know that there was some capture on put premium this morning with the down move over the weekend. So if you were that trader, congrats. Yeah, what the fuck was that candle? For real, I never get those ghost candles on TradingView. Ever. I never see these. I never ever see these candles here. Not on TradingView. I see them on Webull, but never on TradingView. Not only that, they bounced right off the cross of the daily or the so right here, just to show you where it crossed. It crossed right on the fucking back test here. Yeah, it went a little bit lower. It closed the gap too. It retraced the entire move. It retraced it literally retraced. If there was going to be a retracement, you want to see what? Hold on with that. If we were going to retrace this whole move, theoretically, we did with a dark pool. That's the retracement level right there. And we retraced that whole move already. I think that shit's wild. I don't particularly put a lot of faith in those dark pools, those ghost prints, I guess they're called. I don't really subscribe to them a whole ton, but there is a print here showing. Who was that did that? Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, they call it ghost candles, right? I think. Ghost prints, ghost candles, I don't know. Like they don't show up or they're there and then they erase them. You like come back in a day or two and they're gone. We'll check to see if this one's back. Unless we had a liquidation break and I wasn't watching. Okay, so there's our gamma picture for you. The gamma picture looks fine to me. I don't see anything here on gamma saying, let me go look. Gamma's at 479.1 mil. It's not great, but it's not bad. Like I'd like to see 800 or so, but it's definitely not bad. It's like neutral. We're also gonna check one more thing here. What am I looking for here? SPX. Let's just check where. Let's just look one more time. The original gamma flip was on Friday. The gamma flip was 58, 58, 58, 58, 58, 60, 58, 50, somewhere in there. Gamma flip now is at 58, 59. Same place. It hasn't moved. That's good. That's really good. After OPEX, keeping gamma pretty much where it is outstanding. That does imply that nobody's fearful here. Yeah, I've never seen it on TradingView. And they retraced the entire move. Like there's no requirement to come back again. We'll never like that. Like that morning move. Well, theoretically, I guess I don't trade that shit, but if you do, maybe you could explain it better. I've never seen it have an edge, so. So you got local resistance right here. We got the call wall right here. Let's go look and see. There's the gap. This is saying 1230. If we're going to close the gap right around 1230. Dude, what is going on down here? Do you see that line right there? What the fuck is that? They did it again just now. They just did another ghost print here. I just got a second ghost print here. I've never seen this on TradingView ever. Look at that red bar right there. There's another ghost print. Never, ever seen a ghost print on TradingView. There's a second one. And they just bought this one up, too. God damn. Is this like a new function on TradingView, maybe? Maybe I'm just missing something? I'll have to look into it. Maybe they're lifting their skirt up like they normally don't. TradingView now showing ghost prints. Look at this one. There's another one right there. And that's a wick. Is there something going on public that I'm missing? I got the news squawker back on. Oh, White House advisor Hassett, 15 countries are close to a trade deal. Moody's downgrade should not come as a surprise. Anything I can I'm missing here? So gamma imbalance dropped substantially to 265 over the weekend, but it's back up again. Right now it's at fucking 479. So it's increasing. SPX gamma distribution shows that we cannot identify any major support levels, while short-term positioning suggests traders are hedging for a drop below 5,900. Yes, they are. UNH showing your early strength this morning. Wall Street Bets was long as fuck, weren't they? I saw that over the weekend. Wall Street Bets was long as fuck into today on UNH. Goldman's Pravorsky saying the weekend news that stood out was Trump's statement that, quote, between Walmart and China, they should, as it said, eat the tariffs and not charge valued customers anything. Seems quite a direct overture that corporate profit margins need to be shock absorbent to trade policy. Quote, Walmart made billions of dollars last year for more than expected. Not really sure the executive can strong arm corporates into not raising prices, but by nature of Walmart suppressing its pricing, it will reverberate across margins across retail. I mean, come on. It's like yesterday. I don't know who this is, who's doing this. I've never seen these prints on TradingView. I've never seen it, Johnny. You have them on Webull too, or TradingView too, right? I'm gonna have to open a support ticket and find out why. They're doing it on TradingView. We got to talk tariffs briefly. We're going to revisit tariffs right now. I read so yesterday I was reading Reddit, and Reddit fucking is, I'm going to tell you guys something. It's like I was on Reddit yesterday, right? And it blows my mind. I don't care which politics are. If you're a stock market participant, I got to tell you this. You have to believe this. You have to believe this. I beg you to believe this. Because this materially impacts the markets. And it impacts the markets through inflation. Impacts through inflation, impacts through unemployment, GDP, corporate profits. This stuff matters. Now, if you want to go on and put your Main Street hat on and go on Reddit and bitch, that's one thing. It's a tax on me. I'm going to get fucked here. That's fine. Don't ever let that seep into your trading. And I'm going to explain this better to you here in a minute. If you're trading the stock market as a base case, I want you to realize that tariffs are normally a one-time hit. Not always. I'm going to explain when it isn't and how you know and all that kind of stuff. But if you get big tariffs like this, they're normally a one-time hit to inflation. Put that in stone. Normally, theoretically, they're a one-time hit to inflation. And what that means is that a corporation is going to do everything that they can to pass those costs on to you. And I want you to know that rarely ever happens permanently. Rarely. I'm going to explain to you why in a minute here. Now, so initially, if I own a company, I will attempt to pass that along to you. Historically, that usually doesn't stick. So, when you hear Jerome Powell telling you, one-time hit to inflation, we will monitor to find out if tariffs effect on inflation and other numbers like GDP and unemployment, all that. Is more sticky or more, I think he used a word called, he said another word, persistent was the word he used. And the reason he's saying is going to check is because sometimes they do stick. If the consumer is well enough off, they can stick. And the consumer data right now is that you are much better off than you've ever been, and you are very well off right now. And so these corporations are going to try to pass it along to you. Now, if you look at 2021 and 2, they were able to pass those along to you, and they stuck. They did stick. Or 2020, 2021. And then they came down again. But the prices didn't. the rate of rise in inflation didn't. The prices did stick for that time period. Usually, though, historically, those prices do not. I don't know if this is because the masses are being lied to now. And I got to explain this better to you. Never in history have we had a way or a vehicle to lie to you than we do today with LLMs and with the way you consume your media. When I was on Reddit this weekend, I was reading the zeitgeist of everyone regurgitating that tariffs are a tax on you and I. And that is not fucking true unless it's made true. And do you know who wants to make that true? Corporations. So if you're wearing your or if you're angry about tariffs and you're going on Reddit and talking about it, saying it's a tax on me, you are repeating something that I would want you to repeat if I owned Walmart. You are literally pushing the corporate behind the scenes mantra of, say, Walmart. Walmart wants you to say that for two reasons. They can front run tariffs to make them stick, and they can make you believe that they're going to stick, and they can keep them on, and then keep the prices on permanently and make hand over fist profit. And that's what they've been doing, is making hand over fist profit. And if you look at the history of prices, only recently have prices become more sticky. So you're likely being shoveled shit into your brain so that you accept those higher prices. That's fucking crazy. I got to be honest. It's fucking batshit crazy. And my mind is blown by that. Historically, that's not what happens, though. Historically, you fight back and refuse to pay those higher prices, or you're not as well off, maybe, or if the economics change, the economy changes, and you're less well off, you'll automatically stop paying those prices or those goods, and other companies will come in and replace those companies, or those companies will eat those fucking things. And they have many ways that they can do it. New suppliers, cheaper production, shrinkflation, less quality, less ingredients, you name it. There's a plethora of things that these corporations can do. Or less profit. But these companies don't. They get more and more profit all the time. You can see it. It's like endless chase of profit. So when you're repeating this stuff in public and believing it in your brain, you're making it true. Literally. That mantra does not come. That's an astroturf.
Familiar with the matter.
Literally, an astroturf.
He spoke to Trump by phone before the Trump-Putin call.
So you guys know I'm not friendly with Trump, but he's not lying. He's not. When he made that statement, like Walmart should eat those fucking things, historically, that's what they do. They eat them or find a better way or find a cheaper supplier. He's not actually saying, like, you have to cut your profit. He's saying, move your fucking, where you're getting your shit from. Move it out of China. Seriously. And these corporations don't care. Like, these corporations will want to either pass that cost on to you, or they want
stay up to date with the latest
or they won't even drop their prices if they can. So if they win,
special offer or financial,
if they fucking win and they don't drop prices on you because you think it's a permanent tax, you're kind of accepting of it. That's even more insane. So we're literally being astroturfed into not understanding true economics. And it's scary as fuck to read. It's shocking to me. Because now all of a sudden everybody's an economics expert, and what they understand about it is wrong. And it's very basic information and understanding of economics. We have real data that proves that tariffs are not only just one time historically, except for only in recent years has been more sticky, and that's because you're believing that it is, and it's not. And also, you're better off as a consumer with hard data. I mean, what is going on here? Do you see that? Just happened again. What the fuck is going on with this what is going on with this? Look at this, it happened again. Another one. Are we waiting for an announcement maybe that we don't know about? There could be an announcement going on out there. Are you guys watching this right now? Maybe we're getting an announcement that we don't know about? This could be real, not ghost prints. We might get some news here, unknown news. You see that shit again? I pay for the data. I pay for the data. Yeah, there's something going on. Maybe we're going to get some news we don't know about. Yeah, Uncle JBJ, I'm talking the same shit, man. It's like Uncle JBJ is talking about putting in some stink bids. Look for like 589 or 590s. Dirt cheap. No, but you put call autos and you put a stink bid in way low. No, what they're saying is they're looking for liquidity, so they'll take any bids, any buyers that they can. I'll do that with you. I'm gonna do that right now, brother. I'm gonna do it right now. This is I've never seen this on TradingView. I've seen it elsewhere, but come on, Robin Hood. $5.89s. How much are those going for right now? $4. They're probably getting these fucking things for like $1, right? Low fill likelihood. My ass, low fill likelihood. I think we're waiting for news. Yeah, I'm just saying that I don't normally see it. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I got some bids in right now. I mean, I've seen like I've been in the market when it's dropped like let's drop like this really quick, but it usually lasts like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, like middle of the day, like literally just go straight vertical down. Never seen this on TradingView. Yeah, if they're just like so, if they're looking for buyers here, see what happens. I think a prime broker might be better. I don't think order flow is going to do it. You might need to do this in a prime broker. I think we're expecting news. Let me just check here. JPM CEO says I'm not a buyer of credit today. It's bad risk. Diamond, I do believe in American exceptionalism. I'm a patriot. I still think America's asset prices are kind of high. Even lowered tariff rates are pretty extreme. Debt to GDP is too high. JP Morgan's James. That's bullshit. No, it isn't. That's a fucking scam. Debt to GDP is fine right now. What is JP? What is he talking about here? Where's Diamond's getting all bared up right now? Says geopolitical risk is very, very high. Yes, agreed. Not going to custody Bitcoin, but will let customers buy it. Oh, he's being fucking. So, I'm not a fan of Bitcoin. Me neither am I, Jamie. I'm with you on that. He's on a fucking tear this afternoon, Jamie Dimon. Well, because Mike Wilson got all bulled up. I don't know. There's probably something we're not seeing here. Trying to see if there's anything here saying.
In 5 minutes' time now, at the bottom of the hour, we're expecting comments from SNB's Schlegel.
What do we got here? BBG saying plenty of short gamma all the way down to 530 on SPY. This doesn't mean we're heading there. But short gamma will force dealers to sell deltas on the way down and eventually buy should we bounce. Oh, so this is why everybody was mad. I know why there's trolls now. Hold on here. Oh, yeah. They're flipping long right now. This is what this has got to be. There's going to be something going on. So there's a message here from Spot Gamma. I bet everybody's flipping long here. Squeezing higher now. So what are we going to do? Start squeezing everybody out from up here. So look what I just posted to you guys inside the Discord just now. I wanted Winky to see it.
The Dow turns positive, last up 0.2%. Just keeping on the S&P as well, approaching flat on the session now, just pairing losses from earlier.
Just note we're also coming into some resistance up here. The gap close is almost done. There's a little bit more gap up here too, or an SPX there is. There's something going on that I don't know what it is. I'm reading something from Spot Gamma that said maybe Spot Gamma was claiming. I can't guarantee that they allegedly. No, or I'm going to tell you what it says here. It says plenty of short gamma all the way down to 530 on SPY. This doesn't mean we are heading there, but short camera will force dealers sell deltas on the way down and eventually buy. Should we bounce?
The UK government estimates SPS deal with the EU could increase UK exports of major agricultural commodities to the EU by around 16% and increase imports from the EU by around 8%.
Now, the gamma picture this morning looked like dog shit.
Shortly expecting possible comments from S&B's Schlegel.
But gamma has improved all day long. Like it started out this morning looking like shit, but it's gotten better like all fucking day. We're double.
Then sign up today and get
And the hedging is insane right now.
Pro for a year's worth of our service for the price of 1 month and save 92%.
So one day, look at this shit. I mean, look at this. Or no, they've either hedged or they've closed their hedges. Like, let me show you guys some. Let me show you some insanity here. Hold on, guys. So check this out.
So seeing from Dell Technologies, they're introducing a Dell Pro Max laptop with Qualcomm AI 100 PC inference card.
Fuck. So it looks like, okay, so some of this is making some more sense to me now. So the moves are too fast. Well, the implication here is so the implication here is this. So let me explain this better. So the thesis would be that people took profit on Friday they hedged on Friday with weekend cheap puts for like Monday or some kind of spread that will print today, right? We get the first fucking move down this morning, but in between Friday close and Monday morning, and as the data comes out, so this like all this new data comes out like in the morning, like 8:30 in the morning. The gamma looks like shit this morning at like 8:30 this morning. So I run gamma. I run a gamma program in the morning, right? So I got like a spreadsheet that calculates. You download the data in the morning from the CME in whole for whatever you're looking at, SPX, fucking Nasdaq, whatever you want. You can pay for individual tickers, but they got free data from CME. So you download that data at a specific time, so it's not crazy, and it gives you a cleaner picture. But once the market opens at 9:30, that data changes, of course, if people close. So if you're looking at it from the perspective of Friday, as that data comes out in the morning, it looks like shit. So you'd probably tell somebody, yeah, this data looks like shit, and we can go to the depths of hell. But whoever hedged on Friday, they closed in profit this morning, and then they longed the market to the upside. Exactly. Yes, but yes, Spicy McHaggis. So you basically have market participants that are late to each move, and they're getting whipsawed with data and with trades based upon what people are telling them. The gamma picture is maybe. That's what I'm thinking maybe. So maybe like I didn't short Friday close. So then what do? You try to short Sunday into Monday, which is dangerous as fuck. It is dangerous. So the only people doing that are people that are prop accounts or have huge margin, right? That's not you, more than likely. So we go down a little bit more this morning. And then what? I guess the only people that had the actual people that actually did have hedging on Friday closed them theoretically. Closed them on the opening bell this morning. And anyone that was like missed Friday, didn't short Sunday, and wanted to like get in on it at opening bell this morning, they were the liquidity, right? Like one step behind. No, so that's okay. So a couple things here. So, what time frame is the chart? So that time frame has got the time on it. So that was the 1 day gamma as of this morning before market open. So what that showed was what the gamma picture looked like on Friday at close. So and then we have this is the current one. This one was updated 12:30 this afternoon. So 3 hours later, well, it's been like this for a few hours now. So I guess the thesis here is, like I don't reach the people that Spot Gamma reaches, but you think that this was on BBG too, so that's fucking some reach, right? Like probably got people like behind the curve. The market's moving too fast. And so like people are closing before the masses are, maybe. So people are angry this morning. This would explain a lot for trolls on our show this morning too. It has to. It has to explain some of it. The time frame for this stuff is so that data was collected that data is collected throughout the day at different times. But when you're taking the options data for gamma, you can pick the time frame, or you get all of it, every option that's out there, every expiry. You get net gamma, but then you can do parameters. You can do like just one dates, and then the change in one dates and that kind of stuff. It's not as clean though. It's not easy to get clean data through the day. Sometimes you can get clean data during the day. There's bad times of the day to get bad data though. Normally, like at the closes, data is really cloudy. Like end of day, you'll get a lot of, like, you ever hear like most of the trading is in the morning, most of the trading is at the afternoon close. There are time periods where the data is garbage. Normally it's like before 8:30 the data is garbage. Normally like end of day, last hour or so, the data looks like fucking weird and cloudy and shit. You can pull it all day long. There's like times of the day where it's clean and when it's not. I don't think it's bears. I think what it is that traders are probably relying upon data that's stale quicker than they can get it out to people, maybe? I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm saying a lot of things here that might not. A lot of allegedly's in here, but it would explain a lot. There's also a note here about gold miners being good. I agree with that. I like gold miners right now. They're up 1.1%. Dude, Condor, what the fuck are you doing, brother? How you doing, man? Yeah, bookmap looks like shit. We can go look at it right now. Damn it, I was expecting to get office work done here today. Sitting here on a stream all day long. Every time you guys get me fucking come on the show, I'm like, let's say we're here all day long. Is there anything above us right now? Oh, there's that one up there. There's another one up here too. There's another hidden one up here. Hey, doggone it, you see anything cleaner on your book map? Fucking book map likes to lie. There's a little bar coming into play down below here. And that's up here too, but this one up here is looking, this one's looking magnetic, isn't it? Thanks for the post, brother. I'm seeing some of that. Hey, is that stock? Yeah, just now. SPY dropped 5 points in 60 seconds. No news, no catalyst. Gamma hinge break looks like. What is this? So people are talking about it on public? Capital Flight fork isn't coming. It's here. Here's why everything could rip or slip.
So RIA reports that the Putin-Trump phone call has now ended.
Are you guys watching this stuff? Inside the Discord, we've got a post link on Twitter. So people are talking about this right now, right? This is very unusual. I've never seen this on TradingView, ever. I fucking watch these markets every day, guys. I've never seen that action right there on TradingView.
With Financial Juice Pro.
Never.
Now only $99.
I've never seen that, what just happened right here. Not one fucking... Never. I got alerts on a bunch of shit right now. Temu's popping. Oh, I missed a bunch of those alerts. I gotta save that. I gotta save that. That's a rarity. I bet you people are calling. Stockwitz Arcady says just now SPY dropped 5 points in 60 seconds. No news, no catalyst. Just a flow event.
Very, very informative.
This isn't a normal market. This is what a gamma hinge break looks like. The capital flight risk flight fork isn't coming. It's here.
Negative inflation.
Here's why everything could rip or slip. Let me click on this. We're at the precise inflection point of the super cycle thesis and exactly
Trump and
image of macro meets macro.
Conversation lasted 2 hours.
Voice news.
Turn that shit off. Kathy Woods, Bill Ackman on the service, just XPX chopping around 1500 of the hood. It's the liquidity jailbreak moment. Let me show you A. Pompolino and Zero Hedge. This is where the dealer playbook flips. Below, short gamma dealers sell weakness. Above, positive gamma rebuilds. I agree with all that. This is a flow regime shift. I agree with all that. Unusual whales. This guy's quoting Unusual Whales now because Unusual Whales is talking about like a fucking move to 5,300. Yes, positive gamma rebuild does start above. Well, it's not positive gamma rebuild. It's not just that. It's you trigger a bunch of buyers. That's why today is so critical. If SPX holds above 59.05, hedging flips supportive. I agree with that. Volatility compresses. Risk flows can ignite. If we lose 58.90, dealers chase downside. Vol expands. SPY 85. It goes 579 up fast. You guys reading some of this stuff right now? We'll jump on. Volatility collapse. Capital flight ignites. I agree with all that. Don't panic. That's just the shakeout phase. Remember, this isn't a bull versus bear market. It's a trust versus exit market. Liquidity isn't vanishing. It's relocating. Mouth is the super cycle in motion. Blah, 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 blah. Here, let me get you guys a better link to this stuff. I'll repost this. Here, you guys read this one here. Read the actual thread with me. This guy's like hitting everybody too, like BBG, PAMP. So I kind of get what they're saying. So basically, all right, let me break this down for you. I don't know if I 1000% agree with this. We talked about this on Twitter yesterday with I talked about this yesterday with Senior Strategian. You can actually look in the Twitter chat. It's there. It's in my replies. I was talking to him yesterday. And he was like, "What do you think over the weekend?" And I was like, "I'd like to get a pullback." I was like, on Friday we wanted to hedge on Friday, close longs or hedge on Friday. And he was like, "What do you think the pullback's going to be?" And I'm like, "I don't fucking know. 575, 65 or 60 or 50 be great." I was like, "We could go all the way down to 530. I would love to see that and still be on trend to the upside." And Senior Strategy was like, "I agree." Now I think what this guy is trying to say is he's trying to argue that the pullback is not required to 530. Well, it would still be trend, of course, or nor anywhere else. 575, 560, 562, whatever the fuck all that is. And he's making the argument that are we at capital like money, flight, or stay? moment in the market. And so if we close, some of this is true, if we close above 6,000, we trigger like massive buying by CTAs, COTs, you name it, like everybody, vol control funds. Everybody's all in on this. Retailers right now aren't in on this, but like your institutional investors, hedge funds, COT data right now, the live data is showing that they're in on this trade. And so their point they're trying to make is if we begin a trade above 6,000 and closer to all-time highs, we would do an all-time high, a pullback, and then start making new market highs. And that strength that's shown in that without pulling back at all should like knee-jerk lots of flows into market. Everyone would want to buy. And there's a big to-do about that too, right? If you get on any time frame, if we go automatically to all-time highs, we don't do any pullbacks here, it's an extremely bullish signal. Like if we don't pull back here, let me show you guys this. Stop here. I get the thesis. I get the idea of the thesis. So you see this all the time on every time frame. Often. So I want to show you this really quick. So it doesn't matter how big it is. It could be a 1 minute time frame. So you got price coming up, right? You got resistance, right? R. You sell down to some low. It doesn't matter. It could be a 1 minute time frame. We do it all day long here, don't we? What we think is support, right? Theoretically, even on a 1 day time frame, if there's any failure to get the new high, any failure. So if we go up here in any time frame, especially a 1 minute time frame, but we're in a 1 day time frame. If we fail this, the thesis is that this is not the market low, and we would find a new low. Once we found the support, we can make the attempt again, and try that breakout. And then we are extremely bullish, and we should like crank. So, if we got R and S, and let's say we're doing this market here, this guy's point is we go down to, let's say, the monthly trigger, and there's like, can't stop, won't stop. I told you last week, remember I said can't stop, won't stop trade? That would mean we'd just make new highs every day. We'd literally bust out. And because of that sign of strength, you'd like trigger all of these fucking or not flight or like we're in or out. And no matter what, this would start cranking in a major way. This shows that this is bottom, and that these sellers are wrong in a major way, and you're likely going to be trading a whole new zone, and the way is like way up here later, theoretically at least. And we do this every day, don't we? We can show this every day. We show us the bat wings, right? We got a 1 minute here, just on a 1 minute basis. We've got our bat wing right here, right? So if we have our equal highs, right? We got a high right here. We go back down. Any weakness in here, we go down, right? Any weakness to a new high, we go down. And you'd be thinking to yourself, if ATH is right here, that would mean that like we're saying 530, but we could go even lower. I mean, we'd still be in trend as an inflection point at 5,300 as a major low. But we could even theoretically go even lower to a new market low. That is possible. So if that wasn't the case, you'd be expecting this new all-time high. And you'd also be expecting that the actual all-time high quick and breakout and any pullbacks would be immediately bought. So if this is like a capital flight, if we're doing either capital flight or we're doing a capital all in because it's so goddamn bullish, everybody has to buy. You'd buy every pullback on this. And we do this all the time, right? You can see how this goes, right? This is a prime example right here. Prior high, you beat it with courage and all that shit. Any pullback gets bought, and we start just fucking annihilating people. On any time frame, you can look at this shit on like a 1 minute basis or whatever. Yeah, this is if this is true. If that's true, you'd get rid of all this. You would erase all this stuff, all of it, and you'd be looking for just like big time squeezing to some extent. And your market high is right here. Right now it's a little bit higher. Where's all-time highs right now? Like this would be nothing. Trading that 612 would come like April or June 20th. I mean, you could get rid of all this to some extent. You get that new high up here and, you start cranking that shit out. All gas, no brakes. Can't stop, won't stop trade. Theoretically, yes. You'd blow everybody out. You would literally blow them the fuck out. And we're almost squeezing up higher now. And this right here is saying it's not flight. They're buying. The hidden hand of the market here. I figured it might be news driven, but this guy's saying it's not. Now trading 594.55. And we just got a new high just now on this run, new market high. Holy fuck. Woo! Hold on here. I gotta make that. When I put this on a 1 minute from an hour, it's off slightly. I gotta make that cleaner on a 1 minute. We should, if this is true, we should trade 596.53. Ooh. $596.06. Are you reading what this guy's saying here? And look at this shit right here. Just busted through local resistance. Call walls at 59.75, way higher. And we've got that massive gamma bar at 6,000. It's a little bit smaller now. Or on intraday, it's a little bit smaller, but on net gamma, it's huge. Yeah, we talked about that last week, right? The can't stop, won't stop thesis. I've never seen it play out on a daily basis, but woof. Not first attempt. Not that quick. I've seen it. It's rare. You get the first, well, not rare. You get the first rejection, but you normally trade back to like, at least the daily trigger. It could be straight vertical from here on a daily basis. You just got another print? I didn't see one here. I didn't see a phantom in here. Maybe somebody called TradingView and said, don't show this stuff publicly. TradingView just gave it up for the whole world. Like TradingView never shows this right here, ever. I copied it. Like I've never seen that on TradingView, ever. They did it once, twice, 3, and 4 times. No, they want to sell into them. I agree with you, Cosmo. Woo. $5.96 is only 30 cents here. $5.95 is 61. It could be like go vertical. Look for the pullback on SPX to get long. I'll show it to you here. Oh, dude, if like, God damn. Whew. Did you see the entire thread from that guy? Yeah, did you see that last post that I did? This guy right here. Someone else posted it, but they didn't post the whole thread. This is the whole thread. The Capital Flight fork. Yeah, it wants to take out 59.50 next. Or not 59.50, excuse me. 59, hold on here. 59.75 it wants to take out next. Right here. This is now turning green. Holy shit. What the fuck? Oh, they're going to squeeze these motherfuckers out here. There's no pulling back here, guys. There's no stopping. They weren't at 39 cents. Those fuckers were like 10 cents like 15 minutes ago. Holy fuck. All right, fuck it. I don't have any stops on. I gotta put stops on here. We're going fucking vertical, boys. I'm getting out. Is nobody covering this on public anywhere else? Like, I don't see anyone covering this shit. Anyone else? Do you guys see anyone else covering it?
So reminder, at 3:15 p.m. Eastern Time, we're expecting Fed's Logan to give remarks and moderate a panel. Text is expected. So she's going to...
I'm going to reset this guy's voice is all fucked up.
Intermediation and Transition Conference in Fernandina Beach, Florida. The panel is titled The Increasing Role of Non-Bank Institutions in the Treasury and Money Markets.
Holy fuck. I'm going to take every fucking one of these stops. We're going all the way up to this W, boys. R1 is 596.07. Here's first target right here. And we are fucking cranking to 5975. We're I'm gonna read some of this to you guys here in the background. I can. I No, I already talked about it earlier, so it's a long conversation. They're running over every motherfucker out there right now. They're running over everybody right now. And I don't see any commentary here anywhere else. I don't see anything in public except for this one guy talking about it. Jesus Christ, $1.12. Here, I'll post this for you guys on Twitter, or I'll post it on Twitch for you. Hold on. This is the can't stop, won't stop trade this guy's talking about. Hold on here, guys. Here you guys go. Posted the link here for you. This was one of our members. This isn't, I didn't find this, so I know who this guy is, but $5965. I just checked this one date again. This is insane. There's that. This is the second attempt. We should break through on this weekly. See this red one right here? This red one? We failed it the first time, and we shouldn't fail it this time. One date gamma, 59.75. We're coming into it. We're almost there. One date call gamma on 56 or and 6,000 is heating up too. It's 1:11 in the afternoon. We are not stopping for anyone here. Who joined the chat? Hold on, I'm checking right now. StockTwits joined the chat. StockTwits is out there. Who's StockTwit?
The S&P 500 turning positive, last up 0.1%. Also, about 3 minutes ago, until we're expected to hear from Fed Slogan giving remarks and moderating panel. Text is expected.
StockTwits is out there. Really? Hey, what's going on, Mikal? What's up, brother? Good to see you. What are you doing? Yeah, I know who you are. I just blew you up here like a minute ago. You're the only person talking about this, brother. Hold on, man. I was trying to... I got a bunch of questions for you. Can I get you on the show? Can I Google Meet you or something and have you come on and explain it? Yes? All right, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to DM you. Hold on a second. I'm gonna DM you. Hold on, dude. I was just, dude. We talked about this trade in briefs in last week, like the can't stop, won't stop trade. Let me hit you up real quick. Hold on, I'll get you on the stream right now. Hang tight, brother. Oh, dude, how am I not following you? And dude, not only that, like we all follow each other, like Pamp, all these guys. Hold on, brother. I'm gonna ping you right now. We gotta talk because I called it the can't stop, won't stop trade. I was like, yeah, because we talk about this shit on every time frame. I'm gonna hit you right now. I'm gonna ping you, and then I'm gonna get you a link to a Google Meet, and I'm gonna get you on the show right now. Oh yeah, brother, I got you. Hold on, let me get you a Google Meet. I'll have you on the show right now, and you have the floor. This is gonna be awesome. I can't wait, brother. Hold on. Hang tight here. We gotta talk.
Fed's Logan does not comment on monetary policy or economic outlook in prepared remarks.
All right, hold on here. I got you. Hold on here. Start an instant meeting. Okay, let me just check this here. I'm going to copy this here. All right, why is my mic? Wait a minute, what's not working here? Camera, show more info. Use camera. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Just check my camera. Oh, yeah. I don't know why I look like shit in this camera. Maybe I got the wrong camera going. Hold on here.
Not invulnerable. Also says use of discount window is appropriate for healthy banks.
No, hold on here. Give me one quick second, my brother.
Leveraging treasury trades at non-banks is a cause for concern.
Check 1, 2. Check. Okay, let me see. Hold on here, brother. Just give me one quick second. Hold on. All right, I don't know why this isn't. Well, I look like shit. But hold on here. Let me get you a link. I'm going to send it to you right now. Okay. I just sent you a link, brother. I thought it was stock twits. I'm like, oh, stockwits. I got you, dude. Mikhail, I don't know if it's Mikhail or if it's Michael, maybe.
Take 180.
I just sent you a link.
$1 billion.
Yeah, you just click on it, and I'll let you in here. Hold on. Let me check and let you in the room here. People, you just click. Just come on in, and then I'll let you into the meeting, and I'll put you on the show. We'll talk about it. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Yes. And you can show your video or not, whatever you want to do. You can do audio, video, it's your choice. Just send you a link,
do you want to stay up to date with the latest?
I can hear you.
The bleeding edge of news for non-farm payrolls? Then sign up today and get.
Can you hear me, Michael?
Or Financial Juice Pro for a year's worth of our service for the price.
It's Michael J.
And save 92%.
Say it again. Yeah, you just click on it, and I'll let you in here. Hold on. My mic is off. Turn it on. Okay. Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
All right.
What's going on, brother?
Not much. Yourself?
Everything is awesome. Let me, can you mute the show in the background?
S&B says gold on the balance sheet is not necessarily.
You can hear something in the background?
Yep. I think I can hear the show going, but I'm not positive. There's a little bit of like a feedback loop going on here. I'm gonna
How about now?
Nope, can't hear it now. Let me move you over here.
Do me a favor. Just do not if you can only loop my voice in. Do not loop who I am in. Okay.
Oh, Roger that. Hold on here. Give me a second here. So I'm gonna do just your voice, okay?
Yep.
All right. Just do me a quick quick audio check.
Testing 1, 2.
You're live, brother, on our show. Hold on. I got to tell everybody let me give a quick introduction as to who you are here, and make sure we get you. Let's get you to 100,000 followers if we can. Because
posted out.
well, let me mute this here. Turn this off.
Disconnected.
What I want to do here, Michael, is we were discussing your post. Well, we were watching the price action of all this going on. If you're just tuning in right now, can you guys all do me a favor? And if you're watching this show right now anywhere, can you do me a huge solid, okay? And can you just make a post on can you make a post on wherever you're at? Twitter, Stock Twits, Wall Street Bets, tell whoever you know. Just be like, hey, I want you to go to this guy. Well, first, what I want you to do is I want you to go to. I'm going to post this on FinTwit, or I reposted his post. Can you guys first of all follow him? It's at MIKALCHE. Follow this guy. Number 2, if you can repost his post, I reposted his post on my handle, and I'm going to ask you guys on. Let me do this really quick.
I just tweeted it.
You just deleted it?
No, tweeted it.
Oh, you just tweeted it? I want you guys to do me a solid and follow this guy. I'm going to post his handle inside of YouTube right now. And I'm going to post you on his handle on Twitch right now. This guy has got it. He knows what's up. Like, did I just post that? Hold on. Could I post that? Perfect. Follow this guy. And I'm going to be quiet here. If Michael, if you just want to lay out your case here, and I'll shut up.
Ooh, the case that you're specifically talking about, or my entire thesis?
Your entire thesis.
Ooh, that's going to take a sec.
Or, well, maybe not the entire thesis.
I can give you high level.
Yeah. High level's good.
So back in I think it was around August 4th or 8th when SPY was around 480, 485. I made a post on Twitter regarding that this is the end. This is now has become what they call structural ignition, and then turned into trend ignition. So I posted that you will be seeing inverse head and shoulders being formed, a cup and handle. I gave all how it should happen and everything, and I laid it out on Twitter, so you can see that post there. Basically, what's going on is this whole thing is surrounded by the art of the deal. Okay, this whole Trump situation. Now, when Liberation Day started at the early April, for lack of a better terms, there was sour taste in America's mouth and everyone who voted for him. And, going with this type of thesis, got a lot of, pushback. So part of the thesis is that, with my background, so I'm not from the financial world. So I come from a VP of sales business background role, okay, with software company, very similar to like Oracle, Microsoft, SAP. So, I know the software tech space very well.
Do you see your PE background or publicly traded companies or no? You want to say it doesn't matter?
No, this was this was one of the largest privately held companies in the US for software.
Right on.
Yeah. So it was ERP software, right? So essentially the art of the deal is very important here. Okay. Because one of the things that President Trump communicated is what he's going to be doing. Now, people didn't really realize the severity of that, but part of the thing is we needed to create leverage, and we needed to create. And how do we create that leverage? By creating chaos, and that's essentially what's happened. Is they created chaos in the market. Okay, by creating chaos, we're snapping these global supply chains, and we ourselves, America, is going to go ahead and dictate what these new supply chains are going to be. And everyone needs to fall in line, because everyone that does fall in line is going to be equally as prosperous, because of A, B, and C.
You're not going to stop it. You either join it, jump on board, or you get left behind, right? Basically,
jump on board to get left behind, because this is not just a regime change. This is a whole new change of the entire structure of how the world is functioning, is really what it is. And
100%.
And it's more like of hit me between the eyes. This is gonna come hard and fast. So as time progressed, it's clear that this was the art of the deal, and every news network started picking it up, and this and that, and you made all these trade deals. Every time President Trump goes to anywhere internationally, okay, I mean, look at Saudi Arabia. He came there with over $1 trillion worth of people behind his back. He literally brought everybody to the table, and everyone who he brought to the table is gonna profit from this immensely. Okay, why? It's because of Petro AI.
It's the Saudi Accords, man. It really is, right?
So Petro AI, what that is basically oil money being brought into the U.S. Okay, for investment purposes into the infrastructure that was discussed in that meeting, right? That was AI, robotics, defense, and so on. So the Petro AI term essentially comes from oil money coming into the U.S., trillions and trillions of dollars being invested in tickers like that are going to benefit from this is like SMCI, right? Which and NVIDIA and AVGO would benefit immensely from this. This is why you've seen the type of price action you've been seeing on NVIDIA, SMCI, and AVGO the last week, 2 weeks maybe.
Right.
It has nothing to do with the news that is disseminated or anything like that. Big smart money, they front run liquidity, right? They front run the headlines. The people who buy the headlines are the retail investors that chase them, right? So
100% I try to tell people that all day long. They don't listen to me.
Yeah, exactly. So a part of that is the whole investment from abroad that's going to be coming about. Okay.
Well, and like even in the Great Depression, the entire market didn't go down. We had industries that were coming up just like AI that boomed during that period where the indexes were going down, like car company or any of the car stocks, any of the recession stocks, any of like I don't forget the entire list, but I was just looking at them recently going, oh man, so all these like emerging industries did very well during that time period.
Yeah, absolutely. And
not that I'm saying we're going to go to a full depression, but there is some recessionary or a new economy that can or possible. And we haven't even hit that curve yet, like actual impacts. We have like two curves, right? One for the volatility for unknowns or uncertainty or whatever. Then we have a whole nother fucking curve for what are the impacts of this new economic regime. And I think people think that it's everyone's going to take a hit. That's not true, or that's not historically true. If you're an emerging market or an emerging business, you actually might keep cranking even if the market was to go down.
Yep.
So you're saying that this? Are you saying right here, like what I had said to people was just from a pure price action standpoint, and just reading your thread this morning, the thing that caught my eye was if you're price action trader just with bars, nothing else, just bars, and you come into some kind of major resistance, let's call that mid-February of this year, and you could do that on a 1 minute bar chart, and you come into that top top tick, and wherever you find that support in the bottom, and we bounce, that next price action tells a huge fucking story. When you fail to get that new high, you're not at the low yet, right? So theoretically you're going to go back down and make a new market low or even lower. And I was listening or reading your thread talking about we're at that inflection point of do we, we made a hit on it on Friday, the first resistance, classic resistance where we had the first argument if we're going up or down in February. But then we've got the all-time high resistance, of course, still out there. And if you're in a 1 minute chart or a day chart or a week chart or a month chart, it doesn't fucking matter. And if you're saying that we're in that at that inflection point, that thesis of are we going to make the all-time high or not, and what does that trigger? It triggers flows, COTs, CTAs, vol control funds, and COTs for the first time have turned up today in fucking months. It was shocking to see that today, or a commitment of traders. And if you're saying that, I get you're saying that you're open to both of these trades up or down, but if the commitment is there, we should see all-time highs quickly and then start looking for major highs in the market thereafter with minimal pullbacks and start cranking. And so that's what I'm wondering, is that what you're talking about or not?
No, I'm talking about what we're doing here is we're betting on, what I call, regime ignition.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's a volatility checkpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whenever you're seeing all of these types of negative headlines, like monetary headlines, like in China recently, or in Japan with that 30-year yield strike.
Yeah.
What's that telling you is that the United States is now the new liquidity haven of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like all the money, a couple things it tells you, actually, all the capital, they don't like ambiguity. They
fucking hate it.
Yeah, correct. So, when they have that kind of thing happening in China, for example, they try to, leave, right? And they leave in conventional ways. And one of those ways is, through Bitcoin, right? This is why you've been seeing Bitcoin essentially moving since, I can't remember, since we hit 75K or what have you. And we've been,
Yeah, 72, I think, was everyone, well, it was like sell 74 or something like that. But then we were going to go higher anyways. We're going to do 100.
Yeah. So this essentially is, the reindustrialization playbook, right?
Yeah.
It's a new market regime that has begun. One side is drifting towards chaos. The other side is weaponizing for volatility, tariffs, and capital rotation, essentially, right?
Yep.
It's the macro fork in real time. So, with the dollar, collapsing, the Fed hasn't pivoted, the market, has this as, easing through force. Trump will get his easing one way or another, right? So
yes,
you're already starting to see these trade deals happen. And look, that candle has occurred again in SPY.
Yeah, and he's going to get the easing one way or another too. And the bond market will fucking force it the hand one way or another too. That easing from either the Fed or from Congress or the White House policy, any of those policies can change.
Yeah, any of those policies can change.
Yeah, you see the 10 go up, man. It's going to force a hand from one of them, right?
The headlines that are going to be coming in the next, I would say probably 7 days, are going to be very, very crucial. You're going to be hearing announcements of key specific trade deals. The UK, and then you're going to see, volatility ignition, right? You're going to see a lot of capital flowing into key specific areas based on, the key components of that agreement. So, if it's India, then you got things like, Apple, NVIDIA, so on and so forth. Tesla, right? Would be another one. So
that's saying that if these, are you trying to say that these corporations, these publicly traded corporations that are able to move their pipeline for manufacturing and delivery of whatever good they're selling here in the U.S., they'll be favored, right?
Not essentially favored, but the actual geographic location will be favored, which will be huge for American businesses that I want to now finally get to have the equal opportunity to compete, right? Rather than being priced out of those segments. So you know, what you're seeing right now on SPY and, you know, all these various other tickers are essentially low liquidity air pockets, right? And these dealers, what they're doing is because they have to stay delta neutral, right? So they're dumping their delta.
Yep.
And it snapped right back up, as you can see.
Yep.
So, sorry, did you say something?
No, I agree with you.
So if you look at that thread, you'll see exactly, from the key gamma levels, the capital flight fork, essentially, right? It's an inflection point, essentially. So you got those key gamma points for SPX at 5900 through 5905. That's the gamma inflection zone, right?
Yeah, 100%. I'm with you on that.
Playbook flips, right? Below it is short gamma. These dealers sell on weakness, right? If it's above it, then it's positive gamma rebuilds in the B dealers.
100%.
So as you've seen these dips occur, these delta dips, the dealers keep buying them back up. This is a flow regime shift zone, essentially, right?
Yes, 100%.
So there is massive put gamma stacked, right, between the 58.85 level and the 58.95 level. But the transition to near flat of 5900 to 5905, right? And then as you can see, the positive gamma rebuilds above that. So, we're treading the way up there, right? So it's not about the resistance. It's about how the hedging behavior is occurring. What are they doing to hedge this? How are they doing that? Those are the questions that we need to ask ourselves, right? Not looking at charts, but looking at the flow, because the flow is going to dictate the gamma. The gamma is going to dictate and how this is going to be bought back up and where it's going to go. So
yeah, we saw the hedging flows on Friday. We even recommended everybody hedge, but not short this market here. And we're aware too that if we break above that 6,000 level, it triggers all kinds of fucking buying, like crazy buying, upside buying. The dealers would have to chase that too, right? Or until they stop buying.
Correct. Well, the other part of this are the CTAs, right? The mechanical buying. That's what we saw on Friday, right? On Friday, we saw continuous CTA price action. That's all that was. It was literally mechanical buying.
Absolutely.
So right now, that's why today is so critical, because if SPX holds that 5905 level, right, the hedging flips supportive, right? The volatility compresses.
Oh, yeah.
And the risk flows, it can ignite, right? So if we lose that 50, I think it's around 58,900, 5890 level, right? That's when the dealers chase the downside, right? That they kind of feel that downside fire, right?
Let me take a look at it right here. 50 today, right now, it's at 5860.
What's right now at 5860? Sorry.
If we lose that 5860, they're gonna chase those deltas to the downside. It's gonna get fucking messy.
Correct, and then you're gonna see SPY go from down from 585 to the 479 range, right?
470, yeah. Well, 470. I think that like 470 is, or the claim. I've heard some guys like say 460, 450, but they're gonna be selling by 470, 4700. They'll sell. They'll wrap it up right down there.
So
that's the same thing for price action too for candles. All that matches up to counting candles at the same time. We shouldn't stop. And that commitment comes into play the moment if we do the candle trade on this candlestick trade, we should go to all-time highs. If the thesis is this isn't top of markets, we're going to go up at the end of the year, get an all-time high at any time this year, you would need to get it right now. With minimal pullbacks, you're kind of okay to pull back to 5750, 5300, but not in this instance because we lost the major high in February and because we bounced here on that monthly trigger on a daily basis. On a daily basis, theoretically, if we don't get the all-time high fucking quick, like on fire, that whole thesis for end of year goes out the window. You're looking at a new market low, basically. Which is fine. I mean, whether that's if that wasn't true and now it is, or whatever, it doesn't matter. It is true right now, which is good to some extent, I guess. I got no problem with it. But he controls where this market goes, doesn't he? I would say he does. At this point, he's recognizing that he's got the market in his hand, which is good because he doesn't want to lose that.
Controls where the capital flows, and and where the capital flows is what's providing the liquidity haven for the U.S. That's what it is.
100%. Dude, I just looked at last month's. I just looked at last month's bond purchasing, and it was all foreign money. They're all coming into the U.S. right now. There's no negative, even though the Zeitgeist says otherwise. That's not the case. And Moody's is way fucking behind the curve. So, and our deficit's going up. So, like outside of the punitive damage that we talked about.
My Twitter wall feed, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Like let me go to right now.
Well, really, the last month, but anyways, the last weekend, you'll kind of see. Well, since Friday, I guess you'll kind of see, what we're talking about there on some of the posts that I've made.
I got to go through and read it all. What would be your take on? Hold on a second here. Oopsie. What would be your take on? Do you think that? Hold on, give me a second here. I don't know what is going on my side here. Mm-hmm. Hang tight here. One quick second. Okay. All right, so I'm on your profile. Show me what I should be reading here.
Honestly, all the threads from at least Friday. That's what I would read if I was you, because it kind of gives you a play-by-play direction of the macros, and then when you read it from there, you kind of be like, oh shit. Because it leads into the post I started making last night, which is what kind of spurred this whole thing.
So you're saying just now SPY dropped 5 points in 60 seconds, right? We saw that here. I've never seen like ghost or phantom prints ever on TradingView. Never. Not once. I've seen them on like Webull and shit. And I pay for data. And you said this isn't a normal market. This is what a gamma hinge break looks like. So you were pointing that out. It's happened here on Thinkorswim. You think you made that statement earlier, and here you can see them. You can see these bars here. This is extremely unusual. Watching these wicks here. We were actually trying to put in stink bids on this stuff because it was on TradingView. So you said no news, no catalyst, just a flow event. This isn't a normal market. This is what a gamma hinge break looks like. What's a gamma hinge break? If I'm asking. People are asking me to ask you.
What's a what?
What is a gamma hinge break?
Okay, so a gamma hinge break is so you got these. Okay, so you got the gamma levels that I discussed on the post there, right?
Yep.
So
Showing them now.
what's happening is those wicks down that you're in. To answer your first question regarding TradingView, so it is my understanding that the reason why you can't see that on TradingView is because it's not, that part is kind of coded out. So like any anomalies that you see like that is kind of coded out for you not to see that.
Yes.
That's my understanding. So what those are actually are their liquidity air pockets, right?
Mm-hmm.
The dealers are dropping it down. As soon as it drops down, they drop that delta, right?
Yep.
And then you get a fresh new liquidity that soaks all of that back up. And that's what's happening there. Remember what I said, when we're over that 593 to 595 level, that's when the dealers have to start, that's the gamma hinge, right? That's when they have to start essentially hedging, and they have to feel that fire, right? And feeling that fire means, continue buying those dips as they come.
And do you think that that's normal? I've never seen this on TradingView. I've seen it on Webull and shit, but I've never seen it on TradingView.
I mean, I've seen these candles before, right? But
that quick?
Not experienced over a wide variety of different tickers like this. I've seen it on indexes before, but not on like Tesla, Nvidia, MSTR coin.
Yeah, it's all over the place today. I've never seen it on TradingView. I've seen it over a longer period of time, let's say 5 minutes, 15 minutes, down candles, then right back up. Never seen it on TradingView in seconds, nor on single stocks. Our Discord said that they've seen it all over the market today on Mr. and Nvidia and a bunch of other candles that are symbols today. I think this is highly unusual. You don't, or no? It seems like you do by your post here. You also,
the event is a rarity.
Yeah.
Right? But these dealers doing this is not, right? Because remember, they have to stay delta neutral.
Yep, I agree too.
So the gamma kind of shows us the path of kind of where they're going to go, essentially. A little bit of a map, per se.
Are you looking at the puts that are packed on, you said below 585, you said below there's the market's packed with puts. Are you looking at short dated puts or the net gamma of the market?
Net gamma.
Okay. And
actually both.
Yeah, I saw the ones come off on 1 dates. They flipped long on 1 date puts, or from 1 day. So we had massive 1 day puts this morning on open, and then they closed all that shit, or that gamma went. The gamma became not as important. They were either closed or price action, one or the other. Flipped and made the pin at 59.75 and 6,000 to some extent, but 59.75 should be top today, theoretically. Or that should be the magnet, and that's the 1 date call magnet. But if they roll higher, we can easily trade that 6,000, and a bunch of that stuff likely expires. Either I thought it would have expired on OpEx or would have expired on the end of month. So they either bought more, or a lot of that shit hasn't expired yet. One or the other, or I guess I'm assuming a couple of these things. But net gamma was in dog shit this morning. It was at like 295 or something. It's already up to like 500 right now in net gamma in the market. So we were positing that. So we thought that the inflection point was at 596.70, I think, on Friday. We hit like 589, 590, and I'm like, right in this area you want to start. If you stay long, you want to be hedging, and put some hedges on here, like depending on what your positioning is. You're either taking profit in this zone, you're hedging your position, you're not getting bared up, or if you're low enough, you don't care. And the people that we talked to, most of them hedged for today. And my thought here is that the people that know better hedged on Friday. They got OPEX, and we don't know what that looks like. Nobody has that data until this morning. And then what happened into today was a lot of those had just printed this morning on open, and you've got a different mix of people that are like, you have a whole other group of fucking people that didn't hedge on Friday. Then they tried to chase price this morning, maybe shorting Sunday futures in this morning. But the people that were the group that hedged yesterday closed their hedges this morning, and so you have like delayed data and delayed dissemination of information to retailers and public. So you see Spot Gamma and whatever. They're like, you got like a lot, not just Spot Gamma. Most of these Gamma bros, they're right, but they're like it's delayed. It's like being whipsawed with information too late for people to trade. A lot of people to trade. It's like we had this morning us going higher off the bell, and you got people trying to like get short this morning. It's like behind the curve on knowing where the real money is, for lack of a better way. So that Gamma picture's like flipped late morning, I think 11:30 or so. The Gamma picture flipped, and so the information is stale. And then, of course, all these guys are getting squeezed out up into the right here. And so I do wonder, or I agree with you about this. If we stay above at this price, we hit that 58. Matter of fact, that 596, it's 596.53. I misspoke. We failed this on Friday up here. I'm showing it to you right now. This big red bar is important. I look back on every major drawdown in the market, and this is the place right here, right where this fucking red thing is, right here. This is like kind of like, this is a huge. It's the vicinity of 590, but in truth, this exact tick right here, at least on SPY, 596.53. On SPX, I can give it to you here in a moment. Here, give you the number on SPX. Hold on here, I'll look at it.
So
good. Yes. If you want to talk away, man.
Yeah, so I'd love to sit here and talk all day, but unfortunately I have to get going. But if you want to schedule a time where
I understand you probably have to go. 5997.41, brother. That's like that's your number. Like 5997.41 in SPX. Like you get above that, you're gonna trigger massive fucking flows, man. Like it's gonna crank, in my view, at least. I'll schedule a time to have you on. I'd rather have a more structured like Q&A on your thesis here, because you're the only person out there. I'll be honest with you. And we talked about this here. This like can't stop, won't stop, have to go to all-time highs, have to get a high. You can pull yourself back all you want right there, but then you're gonna trigger a bunch more fucking flows on that trade. Like, and you're talking about a whole different outcome end of year. And not only that, you've got a second part of the year with support that's insane. There's one guy out there right now claiming we'll still trade like, I think he's still saying like 6,500 or 7,000. It's material what you're talking about here. I want you to know that. Like, and for the reasons that you're talking about too, I agree with. The macro and the geopolitical and the White House policy, and then of course the economic change and the companies that get swept up in it. It's big, heady stuff. So I'd love to talk to you more. I don't mean to like pull you in like this and or not prepared and that kind of stuff. So let me ask you one quick question. Do you think we are going to reject this and head lower and see new market lows, or do you think we break up into the right and away? Keep it simple. Don't know. You don't have to. You don't have to opinion. Don't feel like if you're wrong, I'm going to be like, oh, that guy was wrong. I'm not like that. I realize things change quickly. What about your own thoughts? Are you there? Yeah, you're there.
No, I'm here. My own thoughts are, It really depends on the liquidity, right?
Yeah.
So these liquidity windows happen, throughout the day. We have to know when these liquidity windows occur. For example, the most recent one was 1 p.m. New York City time, right? So, so right now, watching these flows are going to be very, very key, because it's going to essentially tell us, what could happen here. Now, we could lose this level and go retest maybe 593.77, but do those levels get bought back up? Do the buyers get start stepping in? That's really the question. And if that's dependent on how the gamma shifts throughout the day, because it's dynamic, right? As these calls and puts are being loaded, this gamma, it's dynamic, so it changes. So
someone's pushing this, man. You don't think there's participants doing this right now? Not the gamma side of things, but the flows.
After the 593 and 595 level, yes, it's dealers and the CTAs.
It's got to be CTAs, man. I think it's the CTAs.
Remember this: these CTAs, they don't buy on fundamentals.
Nope.
Right?
It's all trend, bro.
Correct. So that's a very important thing to.
Asset managers are turning up though for the first time I've ever seen. And last time I've seen asset managers buyers like this, let me give you a date. So they haven't been a buyer at all, right? I haven't seen them buy like this since November 1 of 2023.
Is that you haven't seen what?
I haven't seen the commitment of the asset managers, right? COT positioning. I haven't seen them possibly being buyers like this since this is in the past week, since November 1st of 2023.
Well, think of it this way. Smart money is front running the regime change, right?
Yep.
With all the
100%
coming in, the investment, it's already coming. Like, it's already started. So
this shit started years ago, brother.
So you're gonna start seeing different tickers react based on specific headlines that get released. But like I said, I'd love to sit here and give you the entire macro overview. But if you go through my timeline over the last, I don't know, let's say since,
I want to read the whole, make a bunch of questions.
Get a big holistic picture. But I appreciate you having me on. If you want to schedule a time, for me to be on here.
Let me read through the whole thing and then schedule a time with you.